Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here. So for today, I just wanted to keep things simple and try to keep it as short as possible. So gems, power rank. Stellar gems, I always made the rule if it was 1260 power rank or higher, then you can keep it. If you want specific stats on it, then I guess you can make some adjustments with it, depending on how much time you have to farm and whatnot. But if you have a decent amount of time to farm, if you're willing to put in the work to get a new gem, then I'd stick with 1260 or higher. That's for stellar gems, so if you guys are still farming those. And I added some notes over here. So for a crystal gem, straight off the bat, I want to recommend you guys the percentage mod. So if you take a look at my power rank for the gem, next to it you can see the percentage. As you can see, this thing is terrible, 28%. If we take this to a gem forge, you can see that the augments are just terrible. And on top of that, the boosts are also not that good. So this is the type of stuff that you want to avoid because you're going to be spending a lot more bound brilliance, and you don't want to do that because it's a very time-gated resource. So the higher the power rank, the better. So that's what we want to stick with. So my recommendation is pretty much 2100 or higher. 2100 will be about 60%. Obviously, the higher you get, the better. And for cosmics, things kind of shift because if you can get all three boosts into lights, you can kind of disregard the power rank a little bit. Because for cosmics, you want to prioritize lights as much as possible and then put all of your augments into it. But I wouldn't worry too much about your builder's superior, builder's precise, all that stuff. Once you're finalized with your gems, then you can start worrying about that because you have to get all the way to Mystic. You have to remember that. We do have converters, but they're pretty pricey, both the Mystic and the Crystal. I also made gem guide videos for both Stellar and Crystal. Mystic doesn't really need too much because it's pretty much the exact same thing as Mystic. And if you guys are wondering about Mystic gems, they don't have a percentage. I don't know if my mod's outdated or anything like that, but if you want to know which power rank is good for it, by the way, I should mention the 2100 is for level 25 for your Crystal gem. And then when I said 1260 for the Stellar gem, that was at level 15. So Stellar gems at level 20, they should be minimum 1420 power rank, unless you made the slight adjustments if the boosts are good or if the stats are exactly what you want. But my recommendation is just go for straight up power rank. Get as much power rank as you can, so that means less augmenting. So now that we got that out of the way, Mystic gems, from what I noticed, you want to try to go for one that's 2400 power rank, and that's minimum. This is a really good gem, so 2480. This one requires not that much augmenting. I mean, the boost kind of went into critical hit, but that's okay. So if we throw this into the gem forge, as you can see, there isn't really too much to do with it. Like, yes, I have to augment it, but it's not as bad. And if I compare this with the 2100 gem I have, as you can see, this one's 46%. This one's kind of high up there. This one's kind of mid, 72. Pretty decent. But yeah, this one has 2 greens and 65% for the physical. Here's another example of a Mystic gem, so 2462. Everything is in the green, and it's actually perfect. It has all the boosts into critical damage. We're going to have a ton of critical hits, so it's fine that this is maximum health. This is an all-time perfect gem. So I can put this on any magic damage character. I haven't seen any gems hit 2500 yet for Mystic, but if it does reach 2500, then I mean, I'm pretty strict with the requirements I would want from my gems. So I would stick with maybe 2480 for the minimum, and that's at level 25. And if you guys are wondering like what level I should level these up to, what's the loot collecting material, I mean, honestly, it's the same thing as Crystal. So these are my level 25 gems. They still loot collect into 4 as you would with the Crystal gems. So Crystal gems, Mystic gems, take them to 25, then loot collect them. But that's if you want to spend a lot of flux. Just know that it's going to take a lot more flux. So if you want to save a little bit more flux, then you should level up your gems to 15 and then loot collect it. And this also applies to Mystic gems, and this also applies to Empowered gems. Stellar gems only level 15. Do not take it higher, only level 15. Crystal and Mystic you can take to 25 and loot collect it, or you can keep it at 15. It just depends on how much flux you're willing to spend. And if you're a mid-game player, maybe you just hit D15, you're not sure which gems to level up, I'd say stick to Crystal minimum. Level those up, don't worry about your Stellars, it's just going to cost too much flux. If you're willing to go through the flux, I guess go for it, but it's not going to help out too much. Crystals are going to be amazing, level those up, then loot collect it. Mystic gems is going to be the exact same thing. I really wish they changed it, but I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. And if you guys are wondering about Empowered gems, yo, Zay, thank you for that YouTube sub. I always say this, no matter what the power rank is on the Empowered gem, if it's a 3-star and a good ability, then keep it. It could be the worst pyro disc you've ever seen in your life. I'd still say you should keep it. Maybe you get a better one later on, but if it's a good ability and a 3-star, you should definitely keep it. If the boosts are bad or if the power rank's terrible, I mean, just so be it. That just happens to be how it is. And if you guys are a new player, you guys do have the opportunity to get Mystic Empowered gems. So with your Clash gems, you'd go to the Shores of Everdark, doesn't matter which one you go to. I just do D12, just I had better luck there. I didn't really test it that much. It seemed pretty much the exact same. So, I don't know, just pick one. Maybe you get lucky, you get a 3-star Mystic, or even a 3-star Crystal, so you can get one or the other. And even if it's a 3-star stellar, you have options now. So if you go to the gems tab, they drop the price for the crystal gem converter, so you can level up your stellar and then convert it with the crystal, and then eventually you can level up your crystal and then upgrade it to mystic. If you do happen to get mystic super early on, that's amazing. That just means you get extra power rank and it'll help you reach your next power rank goal even faster. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video. If you guys have any gems questions, let me know. Maybe I can make another video on it, but it's pretty much the same thing as crystals for the most part. And as for the mod, I have it in my mods video, but I'll just leave a link to my mods website so you can download the T mods or the CFGs of all of my mods, or just that one specifically. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you find yourself coming back, and I'll talk to you guys later.